Temperature has been struggling pretty much all day long here across the state line, with many of us not even, in fact, all of us not even getting to 60 degrees. That said, we still got about an hour and 45 minutes left, and I'm not going to shut the door on one or more communities getting into the 60s here between now and the midnight hour. We're pushing close to that in Dixon right now. Here in Rockford, we're at 57 degrees. Dew points are climbing as well, now into the 50s just about everywhere. And the reason we think that the temperatures may rise is because the wind is in the process of adjusting, now blowing more out of the south-southeast. We've got a warm front that's lifting through the region as we speak. And so as that passes through, it will allow our temperatures to come up several degrees overnight. It will also give us some lift in the atmosphere that we could start to see more showers becoming more widespread. Not only will the temperatures warm up as we go throughout the day tomorrow, the humidity will creep up as well. It's not going to be oppressive by any means, but it will certainly be noticeable. Along and ahead of the front, we are getting showers to develop, and looky here in northeastern Joe Davis County, perhaps our first evidence of a thunderstorm trying to develop. Another one that we're watching develop between Byron and Stillman Valley in north central Ogle County. So this is a trend that I think is going to become more and more a commonplace as we go through the next several hours. As far as the activity to the west goes, some nasty storms continue across portions of Iowa. These are the same storms that earlier on caused catastrophic damage in the Omaha metro area and into portions of western Iowa. Thankfully, for the time being, no tornado warnings associated with these storms. It's been a long time since we've been able to say there are no active tornado warnings in the state of Iowa or Nebraska. Now, these storms are ticketed for areas to our north and west. I do not see these as a threat for us. I do think that we are going to see this area become more active and more widespread over the course of the next several hours. Our Timecast model has a nice handle on these little tiny storms developing here at the moment, but then building into more widespread activity as we get closer to the midnight hour. These are going to pack a little bit of a punch, but you'll notice at no point in time are you seeing the large hail and damaging wind threat go much above a minimal threat, to say the very least. I do think some heavy rain is in play. We are not worried about tornadoes this go around. Level 1, marginal risk. That it is unchanged for the remainder of the overnight hours. I do think that by mid to late morning, sunshine peeks through the clouds. We'll have a gusty southwesterly wind, and so temperatures will surge tomorrow, likely reaching the 80s. Now, that may be enough to poke a couple of showers or thunderstorms on a very isolated basis late afternoon or early evening, but the main show looks to be late tomorrow evening and overnight. And then once the storms begin, unfortunately, they come over and over and over again. And that leads me to believe there could be a heavy rain concern as well. Sunday, many dry hours are expected. Another chance for some showers and storms here Sunday evening. That is ahead of our cold front that hopefully will bring the active weather to an end sometime on Monday. Level 2, slight risk for severe weather tomorrow. Very low tornado threat, but not non-existent. Hail and gusty winds are main story, and then a level 1 marginal risk for Sunday and Sunday night. Hail and winds are main threat once again. Tornadoes and flooding a secondary concern. So very active period, but again, I don't want anybody canceling any outdoor plans for this weekend, because I do think we will have more than enough time to enjoy some time outside. If you do plan on being outside, though, just wise to have your phone handy, have any other ways to get warnings if they are issued. But again, during the daytime hours, I don't think that's going to be much of a concern.
All right, good to know. Thanks, Mark. Coming up in sports, the Chicago Cubs go for their 4th straight win as they keep pace with the Milwaukee Brewers atop the NL Central. Plus, the Milwaukee